everyone, I'm Holly. I am the maker and doer of all the things here at Missouri River Soap, and it is looking very wintry today. We have full-on snow. We've got snow on the trees, which is my favorite thing ever, and today I am going to make a winter rainbow soap. I was inspired by this adorable little hat that I made, and it is crocheted. This is winter rainbow yarn from Polka Dot Sheep in Whitefish, Montana, and just a little cute little white little poofy there. Is just a decoration. It's supposed to be an ornament, but I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to hang it yet. But it inspired me to make a rainbow soap with white, so I'm very excited to do that today. So I have a brand new mold that my son made for me, and it has the same cabinet as what we're putting in our kitchen, so that's fun. And I am making my second batch in this. I absolutely love this mold. It was precision work. Oh, it's so good. So I'm excited to use that. I already have my hard oils melted down. My mixture for the hard oils: coconut, cocoa butter, mango butter, and shea butter. My batches are triple butter blend as of the last many months. I love it so much. So those are just melted down, so I do need to add the liquid oils. My lye solution is also made and ready to go. I may have to warm it up a bit. I'll re-stir that here in a moment and see what I think. So I'm going to start with my little KD 8000, but I will have to switch. I'm going to, usually after I've melted my hard oils, I go right in with the liquid. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in my sodium lactate. And sodium lactate does just help the bar to harden up, but it's also just super dandy for a luxurious feel. It helps make it silky. All right, go ahead and add that in. Alright, so next is the castor oil, and castor oil helps to create bubbles, but also is, what is the word I'm looking for? It helps, it's a humectant, so it like draws moisture to your skin. I absolutely love it. It's so good. I'm going really slow here because I'm very close to my final number. Alright, so now I'm going to add in some apricot kernel oil, and I just do love what it brings to a soap. It's so good and luxurious. I've been seeing some reels as of late where they're trying to just really convince you that the not so luxurious oils are just as good, creates the same feeling soap. I agree to that to a point. Like, I do think a tallow soap's really good. You know, some of this other stuff, it's amazing. However, from someone who has made so many soap batches through the years, thousands, I have really narrowed down what I like, and adding in the apricot oil really just took it to another level for me. So I am just loving this triple butter blend with mango, kokum, and shea. I use double the mango that I do kokum and shea. I've found that to be a really good blend, and I like nearly 50% olive oil. I love that. I love castor, and adding in the apricot, so good. Okay, so now I've switched over to a different scale because this is going to get a little heavier with the olive oil. I have a couple little containers that I need to use up. So I'm going to flip those over so they can drain out. I really like buying my oil at Costco. I've tried it in buckets. I've tried it from other suppliers. It feels like because I can buy it in bulk at Costco, it does tend to be the best price for me. So I like it. That's what I like to use. I like the blend. I used it clear back in the beginning when we lived in Kansas City and had a Costco. In Springfield, Missouri, we did not have a Costco. Hold on, I gotta see how much I need. I need to save some out for my colors. So I'm going to go a little bit less than what I need. Anyway, in Springfield, Missouri, we did not have a Costco. We had a Sam's. I still got my olive oil there. I've bought from Blossom bulk on occasion, but through the years, just testing out the prices, comparing them, it has just been best to buy at Costco or Sam's Club. And it has come down again. It had gotten so, let's see, how much was this bottle? Was it in doubles? I think at one point one bottle had gotten to be nearly $40, and now it's back down to, I think it's under 20. Alright, so I'm saving 4 ounces to mix with my colors. This pot is a little bit large, but it's what I've got. And I didn't want to use a big one, and then my littler ones, which I absolutely adore, these Cuisinarts. I'm actually going to get one for my house. It's 8 quart. I love these. These are my favorite. So I'm going to try to get a 10 quart to make this batch of soap in this new mold, but this 16 quart will just work for now. My really large ones are 20 quarts. All right, checking my temp real quick. I'm already at 78 degrees. Like, once I get my colors, I'm ready to go. In fact, I'm just gonna set this over on the stovetop and just let it stay warm from melting the oils. And then I am just going to measure out. I guess you can't see a lot now because we're a little bit lower, but I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my olive oil that I'm gonna mix with my colors so that I don't have to figure that out later. So now for scent. I'm conflicted at this actual moment, and so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I got Jamaica Me Crazy from Hive Honey, and this bottle isn't enough, but it smells so good. And then I went popping around and looking at reviews. Now Candle Science has one, and I find that Candle Science and well, something just beeped. I better finish this. Candle Science and Hive Honey have the cleaner fragrances. And so I'm afeared that this could accelerate because the Candle Science one does. But then it doesn't accelerate from, say, Midwest Fragrance. I don't know what their cleanliness factor is for their fragrances. I think they're Proposition 65 compliant, paraben free, which is just a standard. Some of the other companies just go above and beyond. I need to research Midwest a little bit more, but theirs works really well, so I don't know what to do. So I think what my game plan is going to be is that I will mix the fragrance into the purple. And if for some reason it starts accelerating or whatever, I'll get it poured into the mold. I'll get it in there. And then I'll do a layered. It'll be layered if it needs to be layered today. But otherwise, I'll watch it, and if we're doing all right, then I'll go ahead and mix the others. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to measure out my coconut here, and I just have some left over in a jar from another batch. And I'm going to, oh, it's a little chunky. How much do I need for this batch size? I think I'm using 4 ounces. So my batch oils are 200 ounces. And I'm going to use 4 ounces of coconut milk. I am going to pop that in the microwave. Not only do I not want to work with this cold, but it's also chunky, and I want to get those fat. It's basically just the fattier coconut oil. I need to get that blended in. Okay, so I am in the mood for a very pink instead of a red. So my favorite blend right now, and I have used it in my ghost party, I used it in a new pink and teal soap that I made, the first one I made in this mold, I'm going to mix 2 parts Queen of Hearts to 1 part Rose Pink and 1 part Lollipop. Now these are all from Nurture Handmade. I am affiliate with them, so if you purchase through my link, I will get just a little bit of income back from that. This is not a sponsored video. I truly use Nurture Handmade micas almost exclusively, and I have for years and years and years. So that's why I do that, and I finally signed up for their affiliate program because I do love their colors. I do show them in my videos, and why not, right? So for the orange, I actually have a new color to try today, and it is a newer one called Pulp Fiction. And then I'm going to mix in some orange marmalade. Now, is that what I want to do? Because I have atomic orange as well. I think I'm going to do marmalade. Okay. I'm going to mix yellow vibrance and a lemon drop for the yellow. I will be mixing green vibrance and a jade green for the green. What other colors do I have? I have some enchantment. I am kind of thinking about, I don't want it to go minty though. So I'm thinking, let's bring out enchantment. I'll think about it. And then, let's see. For the blue, I have blue vibrance and midnight blue. But now that I'm thinking about it, I did want to add a little bit of the new peacock. Where did you go? This new peacock. They have 2 with the peacock name now, I think. This is a new one. So, at least I think it is. This just says peacock, but now I'm wondering. I'll research that. I just feel like I would like to bring in that a little bit of greeny, I don't know, mermaidy shimmer to it. And then for purple, I have Purple Vibrance and Fantasia. Those are my favorites as far as the purple goes. Now, I'm going to be wearing a mask because these are all on, also need titanium dioxide. These are all on Proposition 65's warning list because they do have titanium dioxide and they are airborne as they are dry. Once we mix in the olive oil, which is what I'm going to do, it drops off of the Proposition 65. So I'm going to mask up, I'm going to mix my colors, and I'll be back. So I hope we're ready. I've heated up my lye solution a little bit and I just set it in a water bath and brought it up to about 78 degrees. What are you now? 84 for my oils, 72 for my coconut milk. So we're all in a little happy range. This is, oh, it dropped down. Oh, no, here we go. 73 for my lye solution. I do think I missed a clip in there. I've added jojoba into this as well. You know how much I love jojoba and apricot together. So if I love the addition of apricot, I did want to test out some jojoba. So I do have a little jojoba in here as well. But I got to thinking, I don't think that clip made it appropriately. So That's the story. So I am going to blend up my coconut milk here just a little bit, just to make sure. Put the stick blender right down in there. All right, so I'm going to add in the coconut milk. Get the air out of the shaft. Alright, so now for the lye solution. Now, I really don't need this to be fully blended. I don't need it at a light trace, but I am going to bring it to emulsification. Alright, so let's blend this to emulsification. I usually blend to a count of 30 first. I do still see oil floating on the surface. Another 15. Stir it up. All these. I measured out my fragrance oil into individual containers, and the glass is rattling. Alright, this is looking good. Very thin. Everybody's together. I need one. Okay. You're gonna have to move for it. Uno momento. I need 1 liter each, I do believe. So I might wing this just a little bit. These containers are pretty big. I'm doing 7 colors, so 6 rainbow. And I know some people like to argue that it's 7. I don't like a 7-color rainbow. I like a 6-color rainbow. And as it turns out, I'm in charge of this operation. So that's what I'm doing. It's just my favorite. I just love, love, love a 6-color rainbow. Alright, let me think that through. I'm definitely going, oh wait, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 more. Alright, let's see. Let us see. I believe the new mold has around 8 liters. That's what it holds. Okay. That looks about right. I thought there'd be just a little bit left. Is it only 7? It is only 7. Okay. Closed toe shoes, because I nearly just poured some of my soap over the edge of my table. And these particular shoes have soap stains on them, because I do spill on occasion. Alright, so I feel like this is going to be pink. Let's make the other one purple, because those are my favorites. Purple. I guess we're going backwards. Purple here. Need to get out my spatula. When I use my batch oils, I do want to make sure that everybody's in the boat. Red. Let's see, this one has to be green still. This one will have to be purple and blue. Oh, I still need one more. Alright, so I guess I kind of do need to do the white first. I don't really want to. Let's see. But I kind of have to. I'll just clean off my shaft if I need to. Alright. We need to try this with the purple. So we're going to move the mold in. It's fairly level if I need to go layered. So let's just get ourselves a hint of space. I really just want, I know you guys need to see it, but I still want everybody in close proximity here. Alright, I'm going to do it. I'm scared. I'm going to stir. Go to stir. Okay, here goes. Jamaica Me Crazy from Hive Honey, which is a smidgen of Volcano Blue Capri Type in it. Everything is fine so far. I think we're alright. I guess it'll be a glopper if we have to. Let's just get going. Let's see these ones. And I'm not putting any in the white. So I can hold off just a moment for the white. Alright. Stir, 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 stir. I'm afraid it's going to accelerate on me in a moment. It is getting a little thick already. Oh dear. Ah! We're doing it! It's happening. Like I said, we will plop and glop if and we have to. So back over here. Yeah, hello my friend. You are getting thick. There. Titanium dioxide. Nice white batch. I think I'm just going to thoroughly stir. Alright, here goes. We're just going to get her in there. And do about half. Set it to the side. Oh, you are racing just a little bit. What is happening here? Stirs out. Stirs out. My green is really getting very obnoxious there. Alright, here goes. We can do this. We can do it. It's going to be haphazard, but we can do it. Now this green is much ugly, but it'll come back. Okay. Get some yellow in there. Definitely not the design I was thinking, but I knew it was a risk, and that's alright. It'll probably turn out to be the most gorgeous batch I've ever made. Probably not, but I always tell myself that when I improvise, when I make cooking and stuff, it's going to be the best version of whatever that has ever been made in history. I'm overly confident sometimes. Definitely going to be beautiful though. Alright, let's add in some of this white. Which again, this does not have any fragrance, so it's doing very good. Oh, isn't that pretty? I do use white in my Sweetly Clean. I see my camera was at a weird angle there. Alright, we're getting very clunkety in this purple. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna work. So I'll have to go put in a note, go put in a review that yes, it does accelerate. Yes, sorry. Of course, I have a little bit of Volcano Blue, Volcano Capri in it, but that's not a lot. Alright, this is gonna get haphazard. Getting it in. I recently made an unscented soap. I was doing a test. It didn't turn out as I wanted it, but people thought it was amazing, so you never can tell. I'm not going to scrape every last little bit out. I don't have that kind of time. This blue's not too bad. I told my husband I was so excited to make rainbow soap today, and then I realized that this might not do the design I wanted it to do, and I got a little bummed out because I think I read the review on, or the soaping notes for it on Midwest Fragrance, but I made the purchase from Hive Honey at the time because I was buying it, and then, you know, that was an oversight. Anyway, I said I just felt kind of defeated because I was so excited for this particular design. And I'm obviously not doing it because theirs plays really nice. So I guess I'll just have to reorder it from Midwest and give theirs a try. I do have some new fragrances from them. I just had not purchased that one at the time. It's kind of like one of my batches of Beaches soap. I feel like my eyeballs are sweating. My goggles are starting to fog up. But I think I'm doing all right. It's not getting a lot worse. So there's that. My water was at 31% lye concentration. So reduced, but you know, not a lot. I feel like that's been working really nice for me recently. And my sodium lactate numbers come out of that number. So some of my liquid is made up of the sodium lactate and the coconut milk. Oh, my hands are getting tired. I'm almost there though. And the white is still easy to work with. So we'll see what we do with it. Ha! You're very ploppity. You are extremely ploppity. I remember, I've mentioned this several times. I made a batch called Hey Dahlia from the beginning, and it accelerated so much, and it was an in the pot swirl. And I just thought that that was such a bust. And it turned out to be the prettiest batch of that soap that I ever did make. And it was just so gorgeous. right, let's see if I can just to pour out a little bit, a nice line somewhat. Not really. All right. Do that. There's quite a bit more of the pink left here, which is what I wanted. And then we're going to top this with a new mica glitter that I'm using. It's so pretty. Oop, there's a spot right here. Needs some. I'm going to have to smack this down really well. Alright, so let's put on the rest of the white, which is getting fairly thick. And I think I'm just going to, how am I going to do this? I just intended on it having a thin layer at the top if I didn't get to do my design that I wanted to do. So let's see if I can get that done. Alright, let's see if I can, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to like frost it with the white. I just wanted to do that. Oop, picked up just a little bit of the pink. You have to hide you a little bit. Now, it does make more sense to test the fragrance out in a smaller batch. I rarely operate that way. Do I wish I would? Yes, I do. So this is kind of fun because it's kind of like frosting a cake. So I can make some fun little whirlies and some dollops. I feel like I have soap on me. I find it less dangerous for me to not wear sleeves because I get it stuck in the sleeve and then it sits there and rubs. I've seen some people have some of those like farmers, gardeners sleeves. I think that would be really neat. I might need to do that. I have worked with soap for a very long time. I know how it feels. I know what damage that it creates. I do not take a risk with my eyeballs, but I do take a risk with my skin. I will admit to that because overall, I've had many a lye burn with sleeves, without sleeves, and I just rather not be so hot. In fact, the worst lye burns I've ever had has been because I had sleeves and other protective gear on. So I'm certainly not saying not to do it. Just my personal choice. I don't wear sleeves as a professional long-term soap maker, but you definitely need to wear all the protective gear and do all the protective things. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. My goggles are completely steamed up. I'm going to switch over to my mask because I'm going to spritz this with a glitter that has like a blue sheen to it. I love it. I can't get my glove on. My hands are clean. Again. Come on. Alright, we're getting closer here. My fingers are about to slide in. Okay. Gloves are on. I think it turned out pretty good. I think it's pretty. I think it's going to be alright. How's my hair? It's probably crazy. Okay, so I am going to spritz this with 91% alcohol. That's my favorite. I'm going to put a piece of cardboard on this. It's going to get set back somewhere and it's just going to sit probably for a couple of days before I get to it. But now I need to clean up. So I will leave in a little bit of footage of that because I know some people are interested on the cleanup portion as well. And yeah, we're just going to see what happens. So I'll see you when it's time to cut this soap. It's so pretty. I love how this has turned out. I literally just put my glove on wrong, I think. So that's awkward and weird. I'll put it on. Apparently I reversed it and I managed to make it work, so. I was like, oh, that was weird. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I probably should have cut this a couple days ago, but I did not. Oh, that's fun. Look at the hold on. Look at the bottom of this. Isn't that really pretty? Oh, I love it. It smells really nice. Alright. So this is my new mold. And so I have to cut a lot smaller amount off its side. Now we're single cameraing it for this portion because my SD card failed. So I don't know, I'll have to have my IT husband figure that out for me. So I'm not even really getting a good sample size. It is literally just a teeny tiny slice off the edge. I'm hoping this is going to be enough of a slice though. I can do it. There we go. Oh, that's very colorful, very beautiful. It's very, whoa. It's flopsy, but it's not breaking. Nice. I love the little peaks of like pink and stuff underneath. All right, now I'm going to cut my loaves. So I'm going to get 3 loaves from this, so 2.5. Oh, very pretty. My titanium dioxide still crackled. It is a stubborn thing, that titanium dioxide. Kind of a bummer. I've been doing so well with not having the crackle as of late. But we'll see. I think it's still going to be super fun. Definitely crack-a-lackin'. Story of my rainbow white soap life, huh? A lot of people do. Okay, so I just have a tiny bit here slicing off. Oh, that worked great. So you can see on the edge where there is no crackle because it didn't have a lot of heat, and that's of course the prettiest part. to me. Like I said, a lot of people love the crackle. Alright, so I have to get out my cutter. Alright, so I have my main cutter here from Buds. And let's cut this one because I really liked how it was looking. Alright, we'll see how weird the crackle-ack is. I love this Lunar Glow mica. It is definitely crackle-acked, but we'll go with it. We'll pretend it looks like snowflakes. But here, like on the end, not. That's a cool look. I kind of like that. It almost did like a funnel pour on that end. This bar is cool. Look at it. It's weird not having my other camera. All right, let's see what the middle looks like. Definitely cracked. Colors are, wow. The colors, aside from how it cracks. So what happens is when there's too much water or too much heat in the titanium dioxide and the batch, it will cause the titanium dioxide to kind of separate a little bit and it crackles. Now, we call them glycerin rivers. It's glycerin. That's good. That's like good for soap. We're looking for glycerin. A lot of the commercial soaps or detergents, as some of it may be, but most of the commercial soaps, they pull that glycerin out and put it in a lotion product for you. So like I have customers that say they absolutely love that they don't have to get out of the shower and just put on lotion. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. I'm hiding my face on this camera because it's gonna try to grab my face over whatever else I'm doing typically. It is a lovely smell. So for as much trouble as this batch was giving me, it turned out great. It turned out great. Okay, so I have the white, so I need to clean this off, which I wish you could see the color on the wires. So good. So then I have to wonder if I am going to use this fragrance again. I guess what I'll do is I will look for it from those other suppliers. Hello, you're so pretty. You are so pretty. Oh, wow. That's cool how it's just like coming in from the side. I love it. I'm happy. Those glycerin rivers aren't going to bother me one bit. I am just clumsy today. I've been clumsy from beginning, and I'll probably be clumsy clear till the end of this day. So I am going to cut a sampler. Let's just go with the middle loaf for the regular bars. Oh my goodness. These colors are so pretty. I don't remember at this point what information I relayed concerning the colors I was using, but I will try to make sure I give you ratios in the video description so that you can replicate the colors if you so desire, because I think they're beautiful. I like how the green is not like super dark. Sometimes the green can change an entire vibe of a rainbow soap. So it's just like really bright and fun. It's kind of liney, but a little bit more to the blue, a little bit more depth. I see. What are you doing out there? Oh, that's my son. Yeah, they both wear flannel shirts, so he was bent over. I thought it was my husband. Anyway, the green, if it was too dark, it just would give a dark rainbow depth to it. And I just like this bright, cheerful, hello rainbow. Should I call it hello rainbow? Probably not. Look. So we're going to be okay with the glycerin river. We're going to be okay with it. Will I attempt to avoid it still, yes I will. But it's nothing really worth squabbling about, but it is how I roll. Because I like to have enough water to get my batch done. I have not gotten the payoff from the oil one, so I continue to use the water-based. But perhaps I should have an oil-based one just to do rainbow soaps. Maybe that would be super smart. That's interesting how right here, it just caught the edge of the white. And so it just kind of looks like it was brushed on. That's neat. These colors are fabulous. All right, so get out yet another cutter. Put this one aside to be cleaned. This one is a lot more stubborn to be cleaned. It is one of the original ones. It has been alcoholed and scraped and dealt with, but it is still a bit, has some soap on it from the last batches. All right, so we're just gonna cut a little piece off again. And these samples, again, are just gorgeous. Ugh, I'm gonna have to clean those off. That's just so pretty. All right, so this actually, we're gonna start putting it the other direction. I'm supposed to be getting ready to go to town, so I keep watching the clock. The amount of times we go to town because we need something to build a house is quite mind-boggling. Now, that's kind of not really. Swirled soaps can make some funny shapes, let's just say that. These drop pours. I probably should have given it a little bit of swirl, but based with like a hanger tool, but based on the fact that it was as thick as it was and everything, sometimes that can just, it just doesn't move well enough. So yeah, I think these turned out very nice. They smell great. They're fun. Winter rainbow. It's good stuff. All right, so I'm just going to keep on cutting these. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will give this video a like, give it a hype if you're on the mobile portion, so that the YouTube knows that you enjoyed the video and maybe others would like to see it as well. Leave me a comment and don't forget to check out, all the description area for my website and my social media and all the things. I'll catch you on the next one.